It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Ravichandran D. Mr. Duraswamy is associated as Senior Manager for Product Management at Messer Cutting System India Private Limited. Coming with mechanical engineering background, Mr. Ravichandran is active in new product development with professional experience of more than 3 decades in machine tools, automation, and thermal cutting industry. Today, we are honored to have Mr. Duraswamy as a guest speaker, and he will talk about high power laser cutting and automation in thermal cutting industry. So without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Ravichandran.
High power lasers and automation in cutting industry. So if you were to take up thinking of laser, say 6 years back, there was a notion that laser was assumption that laser was mainly meant for thin sheet cutting and plasma will be doing the thicker plate cutting. But that myth is slowly going off. Although the plasma is performing well, but the dramatic increase of high power lasers in the cutting industry over the period of three years at least have brought the what you can say perceived laser plasma boundary in favor of laser. Every year it has been going in favor of laser. That means higher power is eating into the thick plate cutting. So it's highly, I would say, I'm happy to talk about high power. Going to laser, let me introduce myself. I am the product manager for machines in Mesa Cutting Systems. This Mesa Cutting Systems is a 125-year-old company, and we have situated in 5 places across the globe, taking care of each part, taking care of part of the globe. And India is one entity where we take care of all the SAARC countries, including India, Middle East, and part of Northern Africa. And we have offices, service facilities across the globe. So this is a global company catering. I would say it is one among the pioneers in plate cutting, especially in plasma and oxyfield. Now we are also putting our mark into the laser cutting scenario. This is our factory at Coimbatore, a nice place. I am very proud of my city as well as the place where I work also. So now laser, like I would say, the laser market is growing like leaps and bounds over the past 4-5 years. Like it's been, I am showing you the growth trend. It is from 20% from 2019. It has grown to 50% like over the years. The growth itself is, I'm showing only the percentage, but it's like the growth is tremendous. So it's like 490 machines from 2018 to 3,000 machines in this year. So that's the growth we are looking at. And power wise, like we have never heard of 10 kilowatt or 12 kilowatt in, say, way back in 2016. But now commercially, 60 kilowatt is available for cutting. And even people are showing 80 kilowatt and 100 kilowatt. They are being tested by the application guys, but not out on the market. But commercially, 60 kilowatt is available in the market. All this is because of what you can say ease of integration, low maintenance, low investment, and low operating cost, and higher efficiency, and all this summing up to higher productivity. And that's been playing like as a aiding thing for the laser market to grow up, and that even in the higher power segment. And also like coming from out of the traditional O2 N2 cutting, like new technologies like air cutting, nitrogen enriched cutting, then mixed gas cutting, and also now a latest trend is laser and flame cutting is coming up so that you can cut thicker material. And it's not just that other process can do it, but laser can also do it. And this like in terms of cutting speed also, so increasing the productivity. When you go for a higher power, like you can have more productivity in terms of 2 times, 3 times, like that. And also what was perceived as low power, mid power, high power earlier, the whole definition of laser power is being changing year on year, wherein we now don't have low power. We have low and medium power. Low is literally as time goes off, it goes off, and high power and ultra high power, where ultra high power we go up to say 50 kilowatt or 60 kilowatt. So that's how the trend is. So all this are possible because what you can say is high reliability of the laser sources which are being made, and availability of the cutting head, and people ready to experiment on the field wherein they get high productivity in terms of a higher plate thickness cutting, and various in fact beveling also. Of late, beveling in laser is becoming a trend wherein uh, like if you are thinking like you have post processing or taking it out and doing beveling elsewhere, now you can do it on the machine itself with one straight operation. So all this is possible only because of high power laser cutting. So the trend is like every year high power is increasing by around 10 to 15% year on year, the machines which are coming in. And this market is, I would say, uh, year on year, it's substantially changing. It's not like you have a benchmark this year and it will be there for another couple of years to follow. It's not like that. What benchmark was here last year, like it was 12 kilowatt, it's gone off to this year it's 20 or 30 kilowatt. Next year it'll be 50 or 60 kilowatt. So laser power, like it's always good to embrace the upcoming technology, and on the market, like it is really everyone is really enjoying the benefit. I would say enjoying the benefit rather than feeling the benefit, like they are enjoying the benefit and the market is going up on the high power. And to like earlier we had this myth like lasers were only up to 25 cutting of mild steel or stainless steel, with plasma eating up from say up to 150 120. Then other than that only oxyfuel is possible. Now the capability of the laser is increasing from up to 50 and in some cases even 100 thick plates are also being cut as a, like what you say, studies on. So I can see people cutting 100 thick plates also, but it's not right now. I don't think it's practically available on the commercial side, but still people are able to do it. So this is like in Mesa, we have a whole range of products which can cater up to like from the medium power and high power, and also up to the high ultra power, where we can have up to 20 kilowatt, and we are also experimenting with higher powers. So this is to tell people that high power, like it's not shying away. Earlier, it's like 2 kilowatt or 1.5 kilowatt people are using for cutting. So now when you use a higher power, you actually reduce your cost of cutting. It's not like because the laser uh, entities prices are coming down, so the capital investment is also coming down, and your productivity is increasing, efficiency is increasing. And when you're use a high power, you have spend less time in cutting plates. You also end up saving costs of gases and all intangible costs which goes with that. So the market is towards high power cutting. This one big thing which I want to say loud and clear at this moment. So if you see with this advancement of cutting, how further we can improve is automizing our process. Like why automizing processes? We have like everywhere we have lean manufacturing. Our process are being optimized, and we don't make high volumes. We actually shift based on the demand. So we have a very lean quantity in manufacturing also. So we have to shift like from one batch to the other, and we have now high productive machines, like I said, high power, and also machines also are more high productive. So if you have got to reap the benefit, so you have to automate your process as well as you like feeding the machines or handling your raw material also. So two areas where we can automate is automation in the material handling, and then automation process digitization of the process, which will help us to schedule, plan, schedule, and then follow up on the process and have the inventory in your system automatically. That's how what we call it as digitization. And automation is handling, storing material, and then loading it to the machine and taking out the cut parts by sorting. So all these things, like if we use that, that will be more helpful with the high productive machines which are coming in. So just to see an overview, like we normally have a storage yard, then you have a cutting area where again the material is moved and then again loading it onto the machine. So the thing is like you will have place on a haphazard manner on the floor, or like different thickness or different sizes stacked one above the other. So all this will lead up like ending up losing manpower searching for material. So it's like you see the material is nearly takes up more than twice or thrice the area where machine is. So material is also, space is also like cost, right? So we have to work out on that. And when we do normally, when you just use a loading system using crane, safety is compromised and we use excess manpower. So it's like challenges is space utilization goes up, and then inventory issues where which can cause delays, and then storage, like it's on the floor, then you have to move material. When you want to take one material, move other material out so that you take another the material what you need. So all these are challenges. So what it amounts to is inconsistent tracking. Then you have your visibility on the inventory is goes down, and your warehouse efficiency goes down, and space also, like you need more space as your business goes up. So the automation is, you should have storage systems, you should have handling system, and you have, yes, it's good if you we have a high level of production, sorting the cut processed material and putting it like intermediate storage so that it can be used further. So all this can is becoming a need of the hour, and people are embracing it also. And in Mesa, like we have the machines, and it can be loaded directly onto the plates, can be loaded onto the machine. That's how we traditionally do it. But you can have a storage in between where it is automatically stored so that your inventory is maintained, and a loader picks up the plate and loads it onto the machine. And after it's being cut, the cut parts are taken out and put in another place where it can be sorted. Or both the loader and unloader can be combined into one. Like, so we have, this is a typical way of showing how the system is seen this way. Like, and then we have got like up to 5 tons we can handle with one go. So that's how material handling systems work. And we also have a compact system wherein if you have less space around the machine, you can have a pallet from which automatically the plate is being loaded. So I don't want to run the videos now so that we don't have more space. So if somebody is interested, they can ping us and we can show them. And we also like are displaying these material handling systems in the coming IMTEX. So people who are interested, please visit IMTEX to know more about these systems and how it will help the productivity. So it's one of handling systems. Then on digitization of the process, like you have a order management, any industry processing, like cutting industry or or a manufacturing industry will follow this process. Like you have a work order, then you have the preparation of the work, then you have a planning, you have to do planning, then you have to schedule on the machine, and then after you do, like there will be analysis, like how much you cut, how much the inventory parts come into the inventory. All those things are done manually. So if you are going to digitize it, so there's a smooth flow of information. And when you take in information manually, there is always a tendency to actually miss some information or make some manual errors, or the information is not uh, effective, time bound effective. Like it can be collected, the information collected can be collected up for 1 hour, 1 day, or say 2 days, like before the information is known to the planning person. So if it is automized, then whatever happens in the shop floor is known immediately to the other people. So prior planning could be done, scheduling can be done properly. And Messer has got systems for that, wherein we have got a ERP Connect where we take in the demand from the customers' ERP system, and then with that they can even produce sales codes, and then they can have scheduling on the machine, and we have got the PDC where it takes back the information to the ERP system. So everything is automated without any manual intervention. And we have also got the machine insight, which gives information over the internet. So people can look into their mobile also and know how the machine is performing, what is the utilization is, and what job is running on the machine. So that type of like um, information is there live to analyze and think about that. So if that type of automation is available, so if that can improve the business further. And if we have that, like, it will show the bottlenecks in your process in advance so that you can plan properly, and that can give you real-time feedback that will ensure on-time delivery to your customers. That is more important, right? Delivery, on-time delivery is important. And then that will bring up high transparency into your process, which is the most needed thing of the hour. And you will have effective parts and order control. This is the main, what you can say, benefit of having your process digitized. Okay. So when you go for an automation, I missed out this. So we have, like, this is a general scenario where you can see in any industry, like when you have material inward and it's going to the storage yard, you involve at least couple of people. I am just thinking, putting on the minimum requirement, and each area you need at least two people and sometimes three or four people to handle it. So when you go for automation, what happens is all these things go off. So you are saving at least a minimum ballpark figure of 8 lakhs direct saving. And when you see, it is like you are reducing your space and you are avoiding wastage in inventory, and also you'll be increasing productivity at least by 20%. That's the minimum thing what I am putting. And even if you are investing 1.2 crores, you can have the ROI in 3 years. So it's like more than the direct saving. All intangible savings are more when you have automation system, which you when you see that, you cannot take it in, but when you actually calculate it, the intangible costs are too much, uh, which can be saved. Okay, so it's more imperative that automation is going to be in the forefront for any like organized shop floor. And the benefits are, like, you can see increased productivity. It lowers offering operating costs because your process is streamlined, and so your product quality, indirectly product quality goes up. And definitely when machines are working, you have more safety to the man force. And then the all the hard work is done by the machines. So it's actually a better working environment you can have. And when you have the all these systems, you are forced to plan better. That also is, it's like, which goes hand in the what you can say, the hen and the egg principle. So when you have this, you have got to do this, so your process is streamlined. And floor space, you get more floor space. So because your storage increases or your handling is more even, and your inventory is more controlled, the order of the day is we need to actually
Hello.
reduce our carbon footprint. So these are the benefits when you go for a automation system. And like I said before, uh, the trend in laser cutting is towards high power cutting. High power cutting is not just to cut thick material. You can, the high power can be used to cut the regular thickness what you cut, but with higher speed, higher productivity, and higher quality.
Thank you, Mr. Duraswamy, for updating us about high power laser cutting and automation in thermal cutting industry.